Hey guys, T2 out here. Welcome back to the Time Parents channel. Today's video, I want to talk about the possibility of there being more lockdowns here relatively soon. So I just left the gym and I saw a new news article, I guess you would say it, flash up on the screen. It was talking about the new mask mandates for some of the different states, potentially, more lockdowns coming. And I kind of want to give my thoughts and my opinions. So recently, Sunshine State Survival did a YouTube video of her thoughts on more lockdowns and what she believes you would need. I think it's a very great channel. You should definitely go check it out. It'll be up here in the corner. Not a fear porn prepping channel, so if you're into that kind of thing, not your channel. But very level-headed, just a mom approach. I try to do like a dad approach. She does like a mom approach. So, my thoughts, my opinions. Go watch her video. It's going to be some of the same stuff from her video, kind of in my own words, but it's also going to be some different things. So, let's kick it off with, do I think more lockdowns are coming? Yes. In her video, she stated maybe the first or second, third week of when school starts back, supposedly this new variant, kids are more susceptible to it and they are more likely to spread it. So you put a bunch of kids that haven't seen each other all summer, you put them in the schools, and now and behold, this new variant passes from child to child, take it home to grandma, whatever, but the cases rise. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that coming. I could see that being a thing. Last year, children weren't nearly as affected. Supposedly this new variant, they are. So my personal opinion, if children are more susceptible, yeah, I could see it getting into the schools and the schools going on lockdown again, doing more home-based learning, or cutting the week, 2 days at home, 3 days at school, whatever the case is. My job recently re-implemented the mask, so wearing mask while you're indoors, or when you can't social distance, say 6 foot apart. I know Disney, both in California and in Florida, implemented new mask mandates. That's something that they got away from over the summertime, and now apparently they're back. Places like Chicago, Atlanta have also implemented them. So we're getting back more towards that last couple of weeks of last year, or of last year's lockdowns, major lockdowns, where everyone's kind of implementing new mask standards. So my personal opinions, I don't think it's going to jump directly into lockdowns. I think that would be another last case scenario, hopefully. But I do see, if we are re-implementing mask, we could almost move backwards. Re-implement the mask, then do 50% dining capacity, or do, drive-through only, go back to that. And then lockdowns being the last thing that they try. I don't think it'll be the first. I'm hoping, at least. Personally, you can have your own opinions on lockdowns, but it makes no sense to lock down states, cities, countries for a majority of workers, and then you see everyone at damn Walmart and Lowe's and Home Depot. It just made no sense. So I think, personal opinion, lockdowns would be the last thing. Do I see them coming? Potentially. Especially with the powers that are in office currently. I could see them bringing back lockdowns. Last year it was a political stunt. Call it what it was. You had some states that went full blown, you're out past 9 o'clock and you're getting arrested, to some states that were kind of locked down. It was a political stunt. That's all it was. The problem is, last year a lot of the states had control. If they do it this year, I could see more of the federal government being in control of that. Ticketing people, arresting people for being out past a certain time, or for being out in congregation, in churches, whatever the case is, fining them. You lose your job, $100 fine pops up to the federal government. Chances are you're not going to be able to pay it. Now, that brings me into what I believe you would need for more lockdowns, or for, whatever the case is. So number one is actually not obvious. You might think it is, but I think a lot of people miss the ball on number one, and that is shelter, a place to stay. Last year, a lot of people lost their jobs, therefore a lot of people were supposed to get kicked out of the house for not paying rent, for not paying, house payment, whatever the case is. The government stepped in and did a lot of whatever you want to call it, and where you couldn't kick people out of their homes, and that is ending soon. Something flashed up on TV where they were trying to change it. The CDC was trying to change it, which, whatever. I don't know where it's going to go. Maybe by the time this video comes out and gets posted, they'll extend it. I don't know. And then we just went through the housing mini crisis, I guess you would call it, where housing prices skyrocketed overnight. Right now, houses are selling for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 over market value. It's calmed down a little in the last couple of weeks, but now these people who just got kicked out, who are 6 to 8 to 12 months behind on rent, who are getting kicked out of their homes, getting kicked out of their apartments, are now looking for places to live. So now they're going to go buy some overpriced house that chances are they can't afford. So having a place to stay, even if you have to move in with your grandma, grandpa, with your parents, with whoever, if you burnt some bridges, maybe rebuild them, remend them. Who knows? Last year, it was supposed to be 2 weeks to slow the spread, and some states were in lockdown for like 3, 4, 5 months. So, have a place to be, have a place to stay. That's number one, period. Homeless shelters are already bad enough. They can't afford many other people to move in there with them. So, you got wife, kids, whoever, you take 5, 6 people to the homeless shelter, they're going to turn you away. They just don't have the room. So, have friends, have family, even if you have to soup up some little outbuilding, that is on your buddy's property. Have a place to stay. Number 2 is food. Be smart on your food choices. A lot of people last year picked up whatever they could. I saw people in Walmart, buggies full of crap that they didn't eat, but it was to grab something because they didn't have much. It still blows my mind that most Americans don't have much food in their house. A week's worth of food. Some people say 3 days. I would, you probably have 3 days worth of cereal, but a week, 2 weeks worth of food. Go now and buy food that you eat, that your family eats mostly. If the kids are out of school again, chances are all of your kid-friendly foods, your cereals, your Lunchables, whatever, your little sandwich fixings are going to be gone again. After they announced lockdowns, then they announced the school closures like a week later. That's when all of the kiddie-friendly snack foods got gone. Have a place to stay. Have food. Number 3 is have money. So, right now, I just left the gym. The gym's hiring. There's McDonald's right here. They're hiring. There's, a couple other stores right here that I could walk in, have applications and interviews by tomorrow, and get the job by Friday. So, Sunshine State Survival, in her video, she talked about having a side hustle. Do something to make a couple extra bucks. If there's a skill that you are, decent at, my buddy, he builds hammocks. If he was on lockdown, he could build 2, 3 hammocks a week if he was stuck at home. Luckily, he works with me, so he's he has to be at work. But, have a side hustle. Or, right now, while jobs are available, go pick up a secondary job. If you can afford it, if you're, daycare, family care provider, whatever, if your means can fit it. Understand there's no point in picking up a second job if you've got to pay childcare. It just kind of defeats the whole purpose. But with school starting back, at least for a couple of weeks, kids are in school for 8 hours, you can go get an 8-hour gig somewhere. Now, with that money, pay stuff off. Pay stuff off that you're not necessarily going to need if there is a lockdown. A personal credit card that you can probably use if you get in a bind, you want to keep that low, pay that off, and that way it's available. That money is available. Yes, it's a credit card. No, you shouldn't be racking up credit debt, but it is available in case you lose your job, in case you need it. Now, if you have I don't know, a debt to McDonald's and you owe them $100 or Starbucks or some shit like that, yeah, get away from that debt. That's not going to help you pay your bills. Pay that down, pay that off. Start limiting your budget. Gym memberships, $20 a month. Luckily, during last year's lockdowns, they stopped charging people. But if you ain't going to the gym in a year, chances are you're not going anytime soon. So go ahead and cancel it. That's an extra $30, $40, $50, $60 a month that you can be saving to pay off something else. If you stream instead of cable, cut your cable bill. Get rid of that. Go get Sling or YouTube TV or whatever. I'm not promoting any of them, but save $100 a month. Budget great, and that way you can stock up on your pantry. If I don't spend $100 on DirecTV, that's $100 more I can put into savings or I can put into food. That's $100 more that can go pay a power bill for the next month or pay a house bill for the next month. So stop spending, stop blowing your money. Still go out and enjoy your life, still, have fun. But if we are in lockdowns, I don't want to hear people bitching and complaining because, oh my gosh, I don't have any money. Well, didn't you just buy a brand new TV? Well, yeah. And you spent, $2,000 on the TV, but now your lights are out. There was a meme for Black Friday, and it said if you don't put down that TV and pay your bills, next Friday is going to be black too. Power outage joke. I thought it was a little funny. Anyway, but yeah, pay your bills off. Have a nest egg. There's a lot of us with kids that are getting the child tax credit as a monthly stipend instead of as a end of the year tax season type thing. That's $300, $400, $500 a kid, $600 a kid, something like that. $600 is a car payment. $600 is a house payment. See if you can refi. It works for some. It doesn't work for others. If you can refinance your home, save $100, $200, $300, whatever your car, try to do it, because the chances of you getting to a house or getting into a newer car in the next 6 months to a year, chances are slim. The car market is also up. The housing market is also up. There's cars right now selling for $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. There's houses that are going for $30,000 over market value. So yeah, if you do want a new house, I would hold off for at least a year. Maybe you could refi and save a couple $100 doing that way. It works for some, it doesn't work for others. I understand, everyone wants to get out of debt. Chances of you getting out of debt in the next 2 or 3 months are very slim, unless you're just killing it. There's not enough hours in the day. Sunshine State Survival also mentioned line of credits. Much like a credit card, a line of credit from your bank is essentially a loan. And you can see if you can increase your credit limit on your credit card, or if you have a line of credit. I have a line of credit that I buy small stuff with. See if I could increase it, and that gives me a little nest egg that if things got real bad, I could go take $5-6 out of the bank. Would I want to? No, because then I still got to pay it back. But that couple grand could be the difference between me and getting kicked out of my home. So just understand that there are lockdowns potentially on the way. Hopefully it will be a last move, but unlike last year, we need to be ready for them. This is much like a hurricane, much like a storm, much like fire season out in California. You know it's coming, you just don't know when it's coming and how bad it's going to be. Last year was more like a tornado. It hit, and then no one really knew what happened. It was, oh yeah, we're doing fine. Oh yeah, by the way, we're locked down tomorrow. Whoa, wait a minute, what? It was much like a tornado. It was, spur of the moment, last minute decision. This time it's more like a hurricane. We see it coming from days away, weeks away, months away. So we know it's going to hit. We just don't know when or where or how bad. So you got to be ready. If you are a prepper, there's no point in running off to your doomsday underground bunker and eating your mountain house and your MREs, because that's not what you should have done last year. I know some of them did, but, stay home, watch Netflix. Go cut grass for people. Be ready. That's all I can say, honestly. Again, I don't know how bad it could be. You've got people that shut down their states for 6 months now in power. So, yeah, would they destroy the economy? Yeah, save a life. Or at least that's the motto, right? Be ready. go out, go buy your stuff now. Remember, inflation is still going up, so prices are still going up. Everything's going up. It's going up since last year. You know, gas is now $1 higher. Chicken is now $4 higher. Steak is now, good God, like $30 per steak now. So everything's going up. Go ahead and get it now versus the last minute versus 6 months from now where it's double the price. Y'all, be careful out there. Go to Sunshine State Survival. Watch her video. She explains it a lot better. She gives her ideas and her opinions. If you ain't already subscribed to her channel, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, I greatly appreciate it. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. Hopefully the gym stays back open because I enjoy working out. And yeah, hopefully we don't get shut down again. That's all I got for today. T2 out.